But let's also welcome on board Mrutyunjay Mahapatra, the MD and CEO at Syndicate Bank, joining in on the phone line right now. Mrutyunjay, thanks for taking the time out and speaking with us. You know, we were just chatting with the co-chair at FIDC as to how beneficiary this is going to be for all related parties and especially banks. Wanted to understand from you, how exactly will the transmission be enforced and how exactly would things made to happen quicker than before?
No, your question, I think, is it on the IBC or it is on the transmission of the monetary policy?
Mrutyunjay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, wanted to understand with regards to IBC, how smoother would things be now?
No, things will be definitely smoother because what we are seeing is a smoothening of the entire process, because this, as you know, is an evolving code. IBC, as was enacted in its first format, was a format which was taken based on best practices that was prevailing all over the world. But as it was implemented, many kind of things came into fore. One of those being that if the earlier promoters were involved in any kind of criminal misdoing or any kind of records which were investigated by the ED or by the income tax or by the banking system for fraudulent things, etc., how do we deal with them? Now, the new promoters obviously will be averse to take such a company where the promoter's liability will come back to haunt the company. So this is a welcome step where the criminality of the previous promoters have been ring-fenced from the new promoters' efforts to resolve the company and bring it back on rail and keep on generating employment and economic activity. The second also, the revision that is coming to the fore is that we are looking at a lot of frivolous litigation in the form of insolvency resolution process, where people who do not have any substantial stake are also putting a brake on the entire resolution process. So I think both these amendments will be smoothening the process in a great manner.
You know, most of the IBC cases, at least the big ones, have not seen light of the day in that time period of 300 days plus. Do you think we may see some resolutions now? Because one side there's verdict on SR Steel, and second is the IBC amendment, because IBC now has, post the amendment, whatever IBC decides now becomes full and final.
See, Supreme Court, it is not just the IBC amendments. The last pronouncement of Supreme Court was very, very definitive. It says that, first thing it said was that courts will not interfere in economic legislation. And Supreme Court very clearly told that economic innovation is the hallmark of a civilized society. And if in the form of innovative legislation, which is the IBC, for taking the economic forward, the government legislates and has given in its wisdom, this legislature has given a wisdom to the committee of creditors to take a final call, courts should not interfere. To that extent, it set aside the NCLAT judgment. So this was in fact more than the IBC amendments. I believe the Supreme Court's very definitive assessment of what should be the framework or the boundaries of legal interference. I think it will now, except again, Supreme Court has again very clearly told that 330 should be rule. It is not the 330 exception. And the exception should be, that one should go beyond the 330 days. So those things will definitely help in, bringing quicker resolution. The names you told, yes, it got stuck in various kind of legal and other procedural issues. I think we will see going forward more quicker resolutions.
Mr. Mahapatra, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.